Hello everyone, welcome to this video about Cypher signups on all of the maps. It's a little long, so you can just skip to whatever part you want. There are timestamps in the description. I also want to let you guys know that I am not great at this game. I'm like high silver, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Though I do think most of this should be good enough for you to use. I don't think any of the cages or trips or cameras are bad. I just basically use what I've been using and also what I've seen other people use. So that's all I wanted to say, and I hope you enjoy. Before we start, I just want to say some general Cypher tips. One is on offense, I like to use my cages offensively as kind of like mini smokes, like jet smokes that you have to throw. Another thing I want to say is when you're placing on trips, especially for flank watch, you have to put them so that like if you're crouching and the line of the thing is hitting your forehead. That way they can't be jumped over or crouched under. And another thing is, I like to save a cage every time I play on defense for like retakes or to save creds. You don't have to, but I like to, and that's pretty much what I want to say. Another thing is don't use the same setup every single time. Try to mix it up between the rounds. Even change sites sometimes. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoy. For A8, you have a lot of options. One I like to play is this one right here for trips. It's a little hard to get, but you don't want it to be like this, because if it's like this, you just shoot out, and that kind of ruins the whole point of throwing this trip. There you go. It's off to the side a little bit more, makes it a lot harder for it to shoot, and it gets people when they're crossing in. Another trip that I like to throw is this one right here. It'll catch people coming up the right side. You can also throw, there's a lot of trips you can actually throw off this harp. Throw one like this, which is the same one as that, but a little bit bigger. Throw stuff like this. You can throw one like here. Really, there's a lot of creative parts you can do it. You're pretty much anything off this wall, anywhere off this harp. Okay, some other trips. There's two that you can put in this corner for one like this, which is a bigger one I prefer, but you can also throw one like here. Same thing, hits people that are hitting the switch or going over here. Now for most of these, there's two plays you can play them. You can either play from backside with a cage right here, and cage pop it, and then play like gen or dice, and you can use it to shoot through the cage and hit the people that are hitting your trips. Or you can go for more like a tree play and go like here, cage pop triggered. It, and shoot like there. For a trip for tree, you could do one like this, or one here. Either one works perfectly fine. Probably that one. This one's just somewhat cooler to look at. Now, for cams, you can put a cam up here. Oh. Put a cam up here. On lower settings, you can probably see a lot more, but you can see a little bit of tree. It's very nice if you have like this trip right here, because then you can see it and then swing off of it. Or even if you don't, you can just see them and know if there's people in tree. You could also put one more back here. This one's fine too. Other cams I like are for like sight. The more you put it back in this corner, the more of a retake cam it is. The farther over here it is, it's going to be more of an aggressive cam. So for example, here, you can see a lot into here and a lot into like A main and tree and a little bit more into heaven. But this one's going to get shot out really quickly. But early info is always good info. While compared to this one, and while it doesn't see as much into tree, doesn't see at all into A main, or as much into heaven, it's less likely to get shot out right away. Now onto mid, you can put a cam up over here, which you'll see a lot into mid, and up here it might get shot out. I mean, it probably will, depending on your level of your opponents. Now you can also put a trip like here, if you can. You can also, if you want, you can put a trip right here. Both work for watching mid. I would love, if you're playing like market, you should put a trip in mid. Now for A site, what you can do is there's a lot of trips you can actually throw. This one you can throw. One of my favorites is this one over here. I also like to put one up here. You can also put one farther down here. Both these work. One here is also good if you want to catch people while they're coming down into it. You can also put, again, one in market or one mid. If you want to put one in market, you can put one like so. It's a little bit harder to shoot out. Waste a little bit more time. One of them, if you want to watch a little bit farther in. Oh, not like that. You can also put one like so. It's a little bit harder to get, but it's very nice. Very rare that they're going to see it. They're probably going to hit it. Now, again, I like to play from if you're playing backside, cage here, and then shoot through this wall if you have your trip over there. Yeah, again, you pop your cage, shoot through it, and it's all good. If you're playing from market, again, have a trip over there, and have either like a trip here. You can also put a trip like here. That also works. That one will probably get shot out more. Put one in this corner too. Both these kind of work. Cage right there, and then shoot through them. You can also put a cage a little bit farther out if you don't want that one. Both of these work. And again, you can really make stuff up. You can, put one over here, for example. Or if you want, you can put one here if you're playing like a retake position. Like if you're playing all the way back here and they're kind of like shoving up, they're putting through and they're coming up this way. You can put one there and then use it to your advantage. Now for cam spots, one that I use a lot is up here, as it's very hard for them to see and shoot out. It doesn't get as much into like lane, but it sees a lot into sight. Doesn't see really at all into lane, but it's very nice in my opinion. Now you can also put one up here. Again, this is also a really good one. Use a little bit into main. It will get shot out sometimes because you can see it a little bit more from like here. You might be able to see it and then shoot it. You can also put, if you don't want that, you can also put it a little bit off more to the side up here, which it won't get shot out as easily. It still can, but it might not. And another cam that I like, if you very start of the round, you want some early info, over here, and you can see into sight, or not sight, into main. Not for attacking. Cypher on offense is not the best. You can definitely make them work. I would recommend placing your trips on post plants or as flank watch. So for here, for example, you can place one here. One second, let me just lined up. You can place one here, and this is good for when you're on A. If you want some early info, place a cam here, and you can see a lot of good area. If you place it right, you should be able to see that, but you can see into market, site. You will get shot out pretty early though. Once you get onto site, you can place trips. Oh, you can clearly see that I did not remove all these trips from last session. You can place on this trip again. Any of these really work. If you can also place down trips like here, and really, you can just use the same trips that you use on defense for a post plant. Another thing I want to mention is that you can use your cages as mini smokes. So you can, if you want, use them like this and help your team onto site. If your smoker is not doing well, or they're just using them for other things. Now for mid, you can put a trip here a little bit, and this one can be jumped over, so I would say that's not a great one if you're trying to do flank watch. If you want one, no, that's bad. If you want one, if it can't really be used for flank watch as easily, it still can be jumped over. This one, a little bit harder to jump over, but that one also can be shot out. So both of those can sometimes work. Now, for top mid, when you're pushing top mid, if you have a sniper or something, I highly recommend placing a cam somewhere, not there. I would recommend putting a cam up here, seeing where, if anyone's watching it, and then peeking. Now for A site, or A attack, put one here. That's a good flank watch one. Or you can put one here, and that's also good. Another thing you can do is you can throw your cage over here and use it as a to get into wine, or more likely, if someone's stuck in here, you can use it to get your teammate out if your smoker is dead or they're don't have any smokes left. That's about it for Ascent. Now for Split. Split is definitely Cypher's best map. Camp I use almost every round is this one. As you can see, a line to sight and if they're coming out, but more importantly, you can see into a main and see if they're going this site right away. You can call it early rotate. Now, you can also put your cam over in this area, on anywhere pretty much in this building, and this will also work a little bit. You can see if they cross, and you can see a little bit into screens and stuff. Another cam I like to use, if let's say it's a lot more passive, but you can put one up here and just watch the cross, and but it can't be shot out. That's a good cam as well. For trips, I like to put this one here. That's a good one. Another good one is this one, or this one. These two are two that I like as well. Actually, probably more than this one, as you're able to play off of it a lot better. Another one you could do is this. I can place it. There we go. This one. You can actually place it if you go a little bit higher up. You should be able to place it a little bit farther. There you go. Either one of these two. It's a little hard to get, but this will come people crossing down to here. You can also do one like here. You can do... Where was it? Oh, yeah. You can do one here. These are all good. There's not too much variety, but these are all good. What I like to do is either play screens with a cage here. And then pop it and then shoot through. I like to play backside. Put a cage here. Pop it and then use this one. Or, if let's say I'm playing Heaven, I will usually place down a trip somewhere in Heaven. So whether that be here, or here, or here. Probably it's the farther ones if I'm playing actual site, but if I want just one for Heaven, this one's also good. And then I will play like up here, have a cage like here, and then try to push up and get some kills through the cage. All these are also good. If you want one, you can also do this for people that are coming up. Just gotta make sure that you get it so that way they actually hit it when they go up the ropes. Now on to B site, as there's not really any good things you can do in mid, as the attackers kind of will stop you from placing good stuff in mid very often. But you can place down like a trip here, or like one here. These are kind of one ways, as you can jump over from this side. But if you're playing an offense or defense and you want them to not push up mid, this will work. This one can be crouched under, but this one can't. So another good one is something like this. Now onto B side itself. There's some really good cam spots. There's a, you can go up here, pretty much anywhere on this wall. You can see a little bit into here. You can see if they're picking up the orb. See into sight a lot. You can get it farther down. I was just bad of me to place it like that. If you get into this box, you can place it more onto this. A little bit lower, might get shot out easier, but you can see a lot more onto B site. Early info is good. Especially since they shoot it out, you get it back in like 40 seconds. So, but if you want retake, you have a retake cam as well. One trips that I like to do is this one, just spam the button. It's kind of by this pebble. I don't know why I'm trying to do it so far back, but it's by this pebble. Blow to the ground. Kind of just move it around until you see it. Oh, there it is. There you go. This one's very nice. It can, again, be jumped over, but no one's really going to be like, when they're holding this, they're going to jump over. Another good one is something like this. You can also put some just right on main. Like here, you can put one on here, put one pretty much anywhere around site. Any of these really work pretty fine. Even one like here, if you want more of a passive one that will catch them off guard. If you're playing, you know, mid or some, not mid, but if you're wanting to place a trip down and then go to like A or something, but you don't want them to push up behind you, that could work, I guess. Or let's say you're playing backside and you want a trip, or you have a trip on you and you're playing backside and you fall back, this will work. Now, some other good cam spots I like to use are this one. It's pretty good and it won't get shot out as easily. Another one I've seen people use is stuff like this, which can work a little bit, or even stuff like this. This one also can work. Again, you could just do something like this to get some early info, but if you really want that early info. But really, just be creative. You can also put so many trips off of these like stairs. and stuff. Even one like here. Just use any two of these. These are all good. Even something like this will work. That'll be one way though, because if they're coming up mid, they're not gonna really fall into that. But all these will work. Now for offense, Cypher has some good stuff. You can put a trip anywhere really in this area. You can put one like here. This one also will work. Can't really be jumped over unless you're really like close and do something like that. But it's not really too like good. Put one here, but be careful if you put one there. They can jump over it. One that I like, it's kind of a one-way. This one or this one. Both of these work. This one's more consistent, but you can't place this one right at the start of the round. This one you can. Another one, you can just put something like here. And on B site, a tip I like to do is place on a cage here, and then try to get across like that. Or place a cage like here, and then make it so they don't have to push through it, because if they run through your cage, you can hear them. Now for mid, I like to place down a cam right away to see if there is someone holding the angle with and off. Something like this. Just to see if anyone's there. It doesn't fully cover, because there still could be someone here. It does not cover for that. But if you want, you can put it more up if you want it to see a little bit more. But I like it to see into a copy area. Now, you can also put a trip in mid, like so. And this will also work. And you can also, no matter where you're going, if you're going to A, you can place on a cage like so. And then if you're going to B, more likely, for me, I like to put a cage like that, and then you can go through. Now for A site, you can put a trip here. This will watch the flank coming from there, or like that area. You can also put one here, which watches coming from sewers and that way. So this one I actually really like. Another one that can catch people off guard is this one, if they're just kind of sprinting through. But that one can be jumped over and like get shot out a lot easier. But flank wires can be shot out. It'll be perfectly fine with that. You can use cages again to smoke areas, or here for example. And then there's not very too much you can do in offense. You can, I guess, just use post plant. Trips like here. Can same spot. If you can get control of heaven, then placing it up here for example is good. You can see it's a site, or see the flank. The flank. Well, it is the flank. The flank from A main. Also put one here and push into screens, or you can don't push into screens. Well, you can, but that's not going to cover you. You can also cage it, pull into screens, and see what's going on over here. So that's pretty much it for split though. Now fracture, I don't think Cypher is the best. I think KJ is better on this map personally, but you still can use Cypher. It's definitely not terrible. You can put a trip here. Oh, there we go. There, you can also, if you really want, put a trip like here. And if you can catch someone coming down drop like this and hit them, it would be really nice. But if you want, you can put one again on site. I would like to put it low, because there's likely that they're gonna jump over it. You can also put some on site, like here. But I like to put on choke points, so one here, and I like to pair it with this cage. So put a cage there, and then or down below, either way. If you just put it up there, you can see people's feet a little bit easier. That's one way. You can also put one over here, or even one like so. If you can, this one might. I don't think you can put it there before the walls come down, but yeah, I guess you could right after the walls. But if you want to play ropes, this is fine. You can just play ropes. It's just hard to play off your trips, because I don't know about you, but I don't like playing on site. But Cypher cams are actually pretty good. You can put one up here. This is my favorite one, and it sees a lot into here. Here doesn't really see much into drop, but it's pretty fun to use and good to use. Also, one up here is fine. You can see a little bit more into drop, and it's a different angle. Now, for B site, you can really put, there's not too much variety. You can just put them, you know, over on choke points, like this one. Oh, there we go. I like that one. I like to put one on over here in tower. I think it's pretty good. I would line that one up more better. That way they can't jump over it though. And then I also like to put them like here, or maybe even here. But there's not too much variety. You could also do one here if they plant back in this corner, if you want. If I'm playing on site, I will place one here, and then use this one to peek, yeah, anything that happens here. But I usually play either tower or back here, so cage here. This is why this one's nice. You can watch your flank, especially if you put it out here more. So you can just fully focus on this and not worry about being peeked from here. Now, if you're playing tower, just again place one here. Be careful though; they will probably shoot you even through your cage. So that one works, but that one you can't really use too much because unless you at the right start place on that one and then peek off that, that could work. That's about it for B, except for cams. I almost forgot that. You put one up here, sees into here, pretty nice. And another one this is the one I use though. Here, sees a lot of. It doesn't really seem to be main, but it sees into arcade a lot more. And that's it for Fracture on defense. Now on offense, I just put trips and flank watches. So like one here, and then one over here somewhere. This works. Can't really use too much. There's just too many flanks to watch, if that makes sense. Now, over here, again, just put them on flank watch. You might be like, oh, I can't use it here because, as you can see, it doesn't really work. But you can put it right on the edge. That works. And both ways. And you can technically still do it. Just gotta go kind of low. It's just not very good. As you can see, you could kind of go around it. You can put one, where was it? It was here. There it was. Like so. It goes a little bit more into the middle. Different angle. All these work. You can also put them up here more. So, like so. This one can be jumped over though, so make sure you're listening for that. Now on the other side, on B, it really isn't too much you can do. Here, I like to put this one here though. And also this one, where was it? Oh yeah. You can put it, there we go. So say, I remember putting one on the box. This one isn't very good as a flank one, but if you're holding arcade, it might work, because then you can try to peek off of it if they do hit it, but it's unlikely that they do. But you can. And if you're take control of site, you can put one, just quickly throw one over here, try to cause them to stop doing what they want to do and rotating. Stop them from rotating, that's what I'm trying to say. Again, this one works too. And you can do the exact same thing on the other side. So if you're at A and you're trying to stop them from rotating or just want them to take a little bit longer to rotate, you could just quickly throw one here or here. Both work. That's about it for Fracture. Now on to Bind. Bind is personally my favorite map of the maps that Cypher can be played on, mainly because it's just kind of fun. Now, I will say this is just been added, so if there's anything you can really do with this, I'm not entirely sure. I do know this one is pretty nice. If people are trying to go straight into cubby, it might hit that. Another one that I like to do though is this one across over here. You even place it down row, but if they have a raise, don't place it down low, because raise almost always boom bots lance, and so that one will pretty much always get hit by a boom bot. You can place, for both of these, I like to place down cage here and peek off of it. Again, this one, if they see that you cage it, they might just start spraying through, so be careful. Another one I like is here, and I also like something like, right, there we go. This one's also pretty good. Some more passive ones are here and here. If they like to come showers, this one's good because it stops the plant if they plant here. But if they just most people don't play that to put a wall or something here and then plant here, so that one might not always work. One that I love to put pretty much every time, this one, as it can be shot out. You know, if they know kind of exactly what they're doing, they can shoot it out. But most of the time, they like try something to do like this, and that's really bad because if you're heaven, and they're having to deal with this, it's just annoying. And I cover showers pretty well. Now again, you can play backside also with a cage like this.
Cage triggered.
And then peek off of it and then push it up a little bit. That works as well. For cams, I like to put this one up here if I can ever. Why? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. This one up here sees a lot into sight, and it's not as like hidden as some other ones, but it's pretty hidden. Up here is also good. You can get some early intel on whether or not they're pushing this way. Also, if they don't push that way, you can just periodically check it to see if they're rotating. I've seen people put cams up here, which does a similar job. You can see up here, you can see a little bit of here. It won't get shot out right away. One cam I also like, though I think it just does that job better, is not that one. Is this one. There we go. It sees a lot into here. It doesn't see as much as the showers as that one over there, but it sees a lot more into back sight, into heaven. Pretty good retake cam, because very few people are going to be like, oh, I'm going to shoot this spot right here. So it worked pretty well. Now onto B site. I like to put down these two trips right here. You can really put them like anywhere along here, so like even one like here. And then another one here or here. Either one of these two. And then play back site. Just be careful of Raises. Again, Raiz is really good on this map because she will nade you. If you hear a grenade, just pop this trip or cage, which is I like to place this one, and this one. This is the one of the few times you can place down two and it's all good. But yeah, place down this one for sure, because then you can escape easier. Now, other ones you can do, you can put down trips like this, and this works alright, I guess. It's kind of, it won't get shot out. It's kind of rare that they will hit them. If they do hit them, though, they're basically dead. A more common one I see is either this one, which doesn't really work, but if people are like jumping across, it might catch them off guard. But I like to just put down standard one this or this. Now you can also put one here, or really anywhere in hookah. And then you can also put one here. You can put one in this corner. There you go. That if people are trying to camp there, you can put them. There was one on this wall, but I think I forgot it. Put one here if they're coming. If they want to stop them coming through elbow. Really, just get creative. Just put them in all the corners because there's a lot of corners. For cams, I like this one. It will see into like B long and into sight. This one will get shot out a lot though. So if you want more of a retake cam, this one still also might get shot out. But down here, if you can't put it this far back, it's less likely it's going to get shot out, and you will see a lot into hookah, into over there. But if you want it to be less likely that it would get shot out, or more likely to get shot out, you can see a little bit more to sight. And as you bring it closer, you can see more and more. But if you put it here, it's going to get shot out probably pretty fast. And that's it for this site. Now on offense, I like to just put mine in link, or whatever this area is called. Over here and here. And then there's some other places you can put it in too. Some place like this. Or here, depending on how you want to play it. And this is pretty much all I do. I just put one of these and then save one for post plant. It's kind of hard to put them because there's so many like corridors. But if you put it here, they can still go around. Another one that I like though, it's over here. You can put it on here, and if you stops them from really exiting the teleporter too early, because while they'll probably be sprinting and they will probably die. You can also put one over here somewhere for watching flank from B long. And that's pretty much all of my use on offense. I'm gonna be honest, Cypher isn't very good on Breeze. If you want to play him on this is a few things I like to do. One here, and another one somewhere over in this area. I like to But if you want, you can put one over back here. This one works. I'm not entirely sure exactly what to do because this breeze just got a massive rework, but I like to put one there. You can also put your box or cam up here. This is a good one, good cam. But if you want to save 2 trips, or not save trips, that one you can do, but I would only recommend if you are playing like a retake position. One here, one here. These are 2 that I like. And also now you can put one here. This one probably will get shot out pretty easily, but you can use it. For all these, I just put a cage on pyramids and just play it off this, you know. But it's kind of hard. You can also play back here, which is another position I like to play, and then peek from this angle. I like to put a trip over here, and that's pretty much all you can do on this side. There's not too much, or like at least good ones. Another cam though you can do is back here. There you go. This pole is very annoying, but you can use it. That cam. Now on B, they just reworked it, so as the time recording this, so I might not know everything, but you can do things like this, or even anywhere really along this wall, as long as it follows that they can't jump over it real easy. Also one here, pretty good for cam. I will get to that in a second. You can also put one here that might catch people off guard. You can also put one coming from like mid area, or any of them on this tube, so like here and here. Cams, I've seen people put them up here. This is pretty good. If you want more aggressive one, you can put it up here. See into here, pretty nice. And that's pretty much it. There's not too much you can do. I mean, he's all right. It's not terrible, but I personally prefer chamber, as you can TP and save some rotate time, and also because he's really good from all, and this map's, for me at least, is good with ops. Now for attack, I like to place a trip here or a trip on the top of these stairs over here, and that's pretty much it you can do for A, and then use a post plant one. For mid, you can't really do much because you can't put a trip across mid. You can do something like this, and where? I'm pretty sure you can put one over here. Alright, maybe you can't anymore, but I thought you could. For A, I like to put a trip here, or more likely here, as then it can't get shot out as easily. Either one of those two. Either one here, over here, or here. Either one of these two. This one's not great, but something like there. You can even put one over here if you really want to get people that are coming up or coming down. But yeah, like I said, there's not too much you can do. So onto another map that I don't think he's very good on. We can put all of our trips in maze pretty much. That's a good idea on A site. Something like either this, here. No, don't do that. Do this one instead. There, even put one like over here. This is all fine. There's not too much variety you can do, so people start expecting them a lot more. And for all these, I like to play maze or play heaven. You can either play up here. Oh. Even play up here. Oh. Even play up here. You can play up there. You can even play up here and try to get some early kills or peaks. But this is also risky. I personally prefer chamber on this map. Again, I like the TPs. I can play more aggressive angles like that one. I also like to put a trip over here. And B, I think he's a lot better at. Oh. I forgot to mention this, but you can also put a cam up here, and it'll see a lot. But it might get shot out pretty fast. Now for B side of the map, I like to put one tube if I'm, depending on where I'm playing, either one tube or like one here But you can also, if I'm playing more like yellow box area, I like to put one on the yellow box area, put my cam up here, and put one like here. And then you just play yellow box, you can pop a cage here, and then use that. If you can also do something like this right at the start of the round. Play off that with the cage, you know. But if you're playing more back here, is it like snowman or here even, then I like to put another one here, and then play off both of these trips in the cage. That's pretty much all you can do on defense. You can also put like, you know, random Cypher things here on anywhere in this area. These are all good ideas, but that's about it. Now on offense, I like to put a trip here. This is very much can be jumped over, so don't use it as a flank watch one, but it is nice. You can also put cage or trip here, and then either on these two doors are fine as well, even up here. A lot of these do work. It's the main. I honestly think Icebox is probably one of the best offensive maps, at least. Oh, my cam's still over there. But put your cam, I guess not up there. Put your cam when you're attacking somewhere like here that can watch the spike, and then that's all good. Now, that's pretty much it. You can't really do too much on offense with Cypher in general, but there's some good trips and stuff. Just put them in like corridors where you think people are going to be coming from. Now on to Haven, which is honestly one of my favorite maps to play Cypher on. I like to play them on A. This cam works fine. There's also really other good... There's also some good cam spots up here, for example, if I can place it. Sees a lot into sight. And then there's also one up here, which sees a lot into this area. And it's the sight. It's also a really good retake cam because you can see Heaven a bit and over here. And you can watch kind of flank area as well. Now for trips, if you can put one here. Anywhere on this wall is fine. Anywhere over here is fine. Anything off of this box is also good. So something like this, or there's a lot of Cypher gameplay right here. Just spamming your clicking button. There we go. There we go. Right there. Even this could work. Something like here. Something like here. Another spot I like to do is over here. Both of these are actually place this one a lot higher up though. These work as well. Just put them anywhere and then play back here and put your cage somewhere either here or there. One of them. Pop them and then shoot them. And you can also play over here at the start of the round if you know that they're gonna push down like sewers. Then do this. Just peek it. It's so powerful because they can't push you because of that trip, but you can shoot them before they can shoot the trip. Just do something like that. Also could play Heaven and just do something like this. If you have a high penetration gun, you might be able to you can shoot through this, or with a medium one, I guess. But in areas or something on an eco round, it's pretty good. On B site, you still can do stuff. There's not too much you can do. Anything like this that I'm demonstrating right here can work. Pretty much just place down some trips and where was it? There we go. Any of these can work, and then put a cam up here. But so as B site, it's not really your job to play it, but you can do it. And these are all good. You can also put some back here. Any of these really work. Now for Garage though, you can play Cypher in Garage. Just place down one trip. It's very good. Nice trip. This is pretty much the only one you need to place. You could also put a cam up here if you want and watch it a little bit better. But C is really where Cypher is good on as well, especially CNA, I guess. Place a trip there. Place a trip anywhere on this wall, really. You can pair these with this cage, which is nice because you can use it as a one-way. Be careful though, you can't. They will also see you if they're farther back. You can also place a trip over on these boxes, over here, or anywhere here, or if you want, you put it here. Both of these work. But one of my favorite things is that this cam that I'm about to show you is very good. You can put it up here, sees a lot into sight. If you want it to be more of a retake cam, just put it farther down. Doesn't see as much, but you can still see a lot, and it won't get shot out very easily. Just place down trips anywhere you... Where is that even connecting to? You place trips wherever you want. You can also put one back here if you want even more protection from B and garage. Any of these really work. Now on offense, it's kind of the same as every other map. Place down trips either here or here. These all work. What I like is over here. This one's kind of a one-way because they can jump over it from this side. But if you're pushing it, it's all good. The other one you can do is something like this. Put it a little bit lower though, like here. You can also put some just like around here. Any of the choke points, they're all good. All these are fine. And also for mid, you can also put one garage. If you're pushing B and you don't want to have them come garage, something like that could also work. It's kind of skies as well. That's another part of it. That's pretty much it for Haven. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy, and I hope you play Cypher more. He's my favorite agent. And I hope you learned something from this video. Have a good day.